All right, man. Kyrie Irving. All right, Kyrie Irving up in this thing, man. He's saying that he is staying with the Brooklyn Nets. The Lakers was like, yeah, he gonna go with LeBron and him and LeBron. He apologized. They gonna patch things up and all that stuff, but they determined that he is going to stay with the Brooklyn Nets. He's going to exercise his player option, and he's going to basically, fulfill his obligation to playing for the Nets. So I mean, his player option is $36.5 million. So I mean, it's a lot of money. And then on top of all of that, they said the only team that was interested in him was the Los Angeles Lakers, not the Hawks, not the Grizzlies, not the Nets, not the Pistons, not the Magic, not the Pacers, not the Kings, not the Warriors, not the Lakers, not the Clippers, not the Nuggets, not the Jazz, not Houston, not Dallas, not San Antonio, not the Pelicans. So they said no other team was interested in Kyrie other than the Los Angeles Lakers. And was that a reason why? Because we already know he was, it didn't work with LeBron James. He was saying LeBron was getting special treatment, but LeBron was getting treatment like that before he got there, bro. That's why everybody was like surprised that he left Cleveland. He was allowing his boys to run through the building, to come to the practice arena when they wanted to come to the practice arena. But he was a local legend, and pretty much Kyrie didn't like he was getting all this special treatment. He couldn't, and LeBron controlled who was the head coach. Remember when people forget when David Black called him out in the film session, said he wasn't defending or he did a turnover. He got mad at David Black. He had David Black fired over that. Y'all forget he had Luke Walton fired because he wanted to let Lonzo and Brandon Ingram, control the basketball and not LeBron every time down. So we can go on and on. People probably say LeBron never had a great coach. LeBron never wanted a great coach. He never wanted to be coached. Michael Jordan was coachable. Say what you want to say. Michael Jordan was coachable. Phil Jackson was able to take the ball out of Michael Jordan hands, and Michael was able to win championships. LeBron can't do that. Just being real. And so I didn't really, in my opinion, just going to that point and check out the NBA Talk playlist. I didn't really think, in my opinion, I didn't really think that was going to happen. And even though he apologized to LeBron years ago when he was in Boston, I don't even think he was ready to reconcile. I think KD point was where I can prove, and a lot of people might can prove I can win without Steph. Kyrie point is I can prove I can win without LeBron James. So it never made sense to go back to LeBron. Now it was 3 or 4 teams that said, well, we'll take Kyrie Irving. Then maybe Kyrie Irving probably would have been like, yeah, I'm going to go over there. Or, yeah, I'm going to weigh my options. But, like I said before, he made the right decision, But like I said before, I still won't count my chickens before they hatch. If I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan or I'm a Kevin Durant, Kyrie supporter or whatever, I still wouldn't count my chickens before they hatch. The chance he act right for a whole season is high this year because he wants a big contract. He wants a supermax contract. So you might get the best Kyrie this year. Whoever ponied down on that money, then he might revert back to what he's doing. Just the BET Awards, they say he's going to Brooklyn. He acted fun. I wouldn't even want to play with him. Like maybe I don't know him because I ain't playing with him and in the locker room people. I'm good. I feel why James Harden dipped out. I feel why, Brooklyn was like, man, we ready to be done with this shit. And Kyrie played chicken with Brooklyn, he lost. That's why he opted back in. When they said was nobody but the Lakers interested, people said, well, Kyrie might, take the mid-level exception to go with the Lakers. Go ahead, take a $30 million pay cut. He wasn't willing to do that, bro. He missed all his paychecks basically last year, bro. So for him to take a $30 million pay cut to play with LeBron James, make $6 million, that didn't make no sense. That didn't make no sense. To go back to complain about LeBron and run back to him, that didn't make no sense. That didn't make 0 sense. Trust me. So when his only option was the Lakers, bro, that's all you needed to know. When his only option was the Lakers, he knew he was going to eye back in it to with the Nets. He did not want to go back with LeBron James, but it says Kyrie says he's opting in to his $36.5 million option with Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie is opting in his $36.5 million option with the Brooklyn Nets for next season. He told the Athletics Monday, quote, "Number people keep the world going, but those dare to be different lead us into tomorrow. Kyrie Irving told the Athletics, "Quite, I made my decision to opt in. See you in the fall. A11 even." I don't know what the hell that meant. Irving had I don't know what none of that shit mean really, other than the clear parts. Irving had created a list of teams he would have liked the Nets to consider working with on a signing a trade deal if they could agree on terms with him to stay in, if they couldn't agree on terms to stay in Brooklyn. But the Los Angeles Lakers are the only team known to be interested. Sources told ESPN Jim Rosanowski, without the ability to find a signing trade deal, Irving plans to exercise his player option. Sources confirm he has until 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday to file the paperwork to opt in. So there you go. And free agency started on Thursday, excuse me. So Irving is no longer eligible for a signing trade deal. The Nets could still work to trade him as an expiring contract, but Irving would have no formal voice in the potential landing spot. He has until June 30th of next year to work on the extension with the Nets before becoming an unrestricted free agent. So let's say he's no longer eligible for a signing trade deal. So, but if they can still trade him. He just don't have the voice. He wouldn't have the voice in the matter. So, but then again, why would you trade for Kyrie Irving? You know what I'm saying? If you're not sure he gonna play, so you know what I'm saying. So I mean, at the same time, he still controls his own destiny. If any of those holding on hope that he will, anybody holding on hope that he will still be traded, it's possible. You still have to trade deadline. If they ain't working, it ain't winning. Somebody get injured or whatever. The things ain't going the right way. You still have to trade deadline. So he still could be traded, obviously. So I mean, that is what it is, man. And the reason why he's staying because the Brooklyn Net, I mean, the Los Angeles Lakers was the only team that was interested, and there were multiple teams. Miami said, "Well, we interested," even though they knew it wasn't a fit. If I don't know whoever Knicks was interested, he will be any of those teams that he wanted to go to. Clippers was interested, Knicks was interested. He would have went there. Or he still probably would have said, let's do a sign and trade. But he waited to the last minute. So now apparently they don't have to trade him anywhere he don't want to go. Anywhere he want to go. So, but anybody about to keep about to trade for Kyrie, he don't want to play there. So that was out the window. That was completely out the window. So it don't surprise me. I didn't, envision him going back to the Lakers, complaining about LeBron. Whole thing is I could do it without LeBron. I could lead the team without LeBron. I could do it without LeBron. KD whole thing I could do it without Oklahoma City Thunder. I could do what I couldn't do in Oklahoma City. I could do what I did in Golden State without Steph Curry and Clay and Dre. I could do it over here. That's what brought them together. And Kyrie has not upheld his end of the bargain in 2 different seasons. This season, going through Ramadan, didn't play the majority of the season, wasn't in playing shape. You know, last season he was injured and James Harden was injured. So it is what it is, man. Kevin Durant picked his own poison, but I think if some of them other teams that was on this list that was willing to do a sign and trade, he'd be gone. But he just weird, man. I'm just telling the truth, bro. It's just something missing up there. Something ain't clicking. I'm sorry. I ain't the smartest man in the world, but something ain't clicking there. Something ain't clicking there. Maybe I'm tripping. But if he was more suitors that he wanted to go to, he'd have went to them. He'd have went. He'd have still be on the trading block. This still would be a conversation. But like I said before, when the Lakers are the only option, I think he was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go back to Brooklyn." But if it was some more teams it was some more teams that was willing to it was some more teams that was willing to be interested, he'd be gone. He'd be gone. Let's be real. So it is what it is. Yeah, the Lakers, he just didn't want to go there. But I don't know, man. You just look at the whole situation and you be like, man, Something ain't right, man. Then he did the interview on BET where he was just acting weird, saying I'll ask her about where I'm gonna play at and this, that, and the third. And hey, just is me. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, he's staying in Brooklyn. We'll see what happens about him staying in Brooklyn, man. And we'll see what happens about him staying in Brooklyn and what they can do and what pieces they can put around them. I believe they were linked to DeAndre Ayton as well too. Um, I think I read that they were linked to DeAndre Ayton as far as possibly attaining him. So I don't know. He said that Aiden end up with the Nets. Brooklyn Nets become one of the favorites to land Aiden. So they got Ben Simmons in the Suns jersey. I don't really know what that what that would be. So how would you trade somebody coming off a back injury? So you hear the stuff, but that is what it is. But let's go to John Wall. Apparently, John Wall reached a buyout agreement with the Houston Rockets. I don't think John Wall played like seriously too much coming off the injury. Um, he had a $50 million buyout, around 47 million to be exact. So they bought him out last year's deal. Instead of collecting another paycheck and sitting on the bench, he chose to buy out his contract and move on. So last time he literally played, over 50 games was in 2016-17 season. That's the last time he's played over 50 games. 41 and 27, 2018-19. He played 32. Then he was out the majority of that period. In the next season, with the left Achilles heel Achilles injury, he had an infection. Remember, he also blew out his Achilles again at the house. I think he said he slipped on the toy. And he came back, played 40 games, looked pretty good, 20 points a game, 7 assists. You know what I'm saying? So then he sat out all that. So he ain't really played over 50 games in 5 seasons. 5 seasons. But unlike some players, he got 82 games played on his, he played 82 once in his career. So like he be 32 this season coming up. But he headed over to the Clippers. 32 September. He headed over to the Clippers. So he will be joining the Los Angeles Clippers. No, this ain't even right. So he headed to the Clippers. Let's see if we get a current article about this. That's the rumors. John Wall set to join the Clippers after reaching a buyout. Hold on. Let's get this. So here we go. Sorry, I didn't want to play the video. So he headed to the Clippers. I thought when he was getting bought out, kind of happened kind of quick. I was thinking like the Boston. I was thinking Clippers. A lot of people thinking the Heat. So he's set to join the LA Clippers after reaching buyout with Houston Rockets. Sources say now. I mean, it's a good fit because they need somebody. They need a pure point that get them the ball. But how much do John Wall got left? What type of condition? I know he was practicing, playing 1-on-1. Uh, you know, with the Rocket players, he was mentoring some of the younger guys like Kevin Porter Jr. So I mean, he, hopefully we see what he got left. I don't think, he got a lot of time to rest and heal. And it might have been it might have been a blessing in disguise for him to, sit out all that time and fully heal and get rest and, kind of bring him down to earth because, he wasn't really liked in the Washington Wizards organization. If you look up some of them stories, they didn't really like him. He was arguing with the coach, Bradley Beal, to get along with him. There was a lot of rumors. So You know, so that's just that's just something to look at. So so if it don't work, you know, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised because but maybe with some maturity, maybe with some maturity, things have changed. But some of the rumors coming out, how he didn't want to share the ball and this, that, and the third, and how they was, so you just heard a number. You just heard a number of things coming out that organization about him being selfish and him dogging out Scott Brooks and him dogging out certain coaches and stuff of that nature. Um, you heard it. So maybe he more mature. Um, maybe he more mature coming out this situation. But I ain't sure. But as far as a systematic fit, it works. Find a way to get. All you gotta do is pass the damn ball, attack the rim, occasionally knock down a shot or two from 3-point land. That's it. This is a good, this is a good position to put him back as, or put him as the comeback player of the year. He might not be All Star John Wall no more. I doubt that if he is, but this is a great position to put him in. It's a great position to put him in. As a good comeback player and a championship caliber player. So I think the Hall of Fame has passed him by. But we'll see. But they got three. They got two players coming off some injuries: Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. So he made some remarks about Reggie Jackson. Remember, he said he was this Reggie Jackson, talking about him and Reggie Jackson getting paid the same thing. And obviously, dudes, we can get over stuff like that, stuff said in the past. But for him, it's gonna be just his job is gonna be get Kawhi Leonard the ball, get Paul George the ball, make the game easier for them. Occasionally cut to the rim, occasionally knock down an open shot, which I all think he's capable of doing. And all the time he's been gone from basketball, he should come back with a more consistent jump shot. He should, and they're gonna be asking him to defend. He can defend. He can, set dudes up, and that's what he's gonna be asked to do. Less scoring, more facilitating. That's what he wanted. He liked to score, but he also a good pure point guard. So if he can just come in there and be a good pure point, that's all they be asking for. That's all they should be asking for. And him to be a good pure point guard. That's it. Get in there, you know, um, get in there, defend, be a point, get a ball to Paul George, get a ball to Kawhi Leonard, throw some oops, make the game easier on them. And that's all they're gonna be asking from. Majorly, occasionally make the layup, occasionally make the three to keep the defense honest, and that's it. And that's it. And that's it. So I don't think it's hard. I think it's something that John Wall, I think should be some maturity, time away from the game. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna I think this that should help him. If it don't click in John Wall head now, it ain't gonna never click. He gonna be finding himself playing in Greece. So I like the move by the Clippers. Low risk, high reward type of thing. And I think all John Wall gotta do is make the game easier for Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. He can do that. Whoever rolling to the basket and finishing, knock down an occasional jumper, finish at the rim here and there, hit a free throw, defend. They'll be all right. They got two premier wing defenders. John Wall, when he's healthy and good, he's a good defender. So I get it. The Clippers should be a lot better next year, but it's all predicated on the health of Kawhi Leonard, the health of Paul George, and the health of and what's left of John Wall. So we'll see. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the NBA Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Check out the NBA Talk playlist, more videos like this. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal is the first link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.